After a month of hard work on the Wira, mainly by Dad, it's now time to take it for an MOT. Fingers crossed we've done enough to get it back on the road, because if you haven't been following the series, 12 years the car has been stood off the road after its owner's passing. Hopefully, when we go see Neil in a minute, the car will pass with flying colours because of all the hard work that we've done. Come with us then, because in this video, A, I'm going to take the car for the first test drive, and B, we're going to go for an MOT test. Fingers crossed then. Come with me. Let's hope that the Wira does well this morning. Right then, Wira time. Now, there are a few niggly bits still to do on the car, which I will talk to you about when we get sorted, but considering this is the first time I've driven the car, let's hope we at least get an MOT pass. Let's at least hope I get there. So like I alluded to in the introduction then, off the road for 12 years, when the original owner, David, sadly passed away. It's been sat all that time waiting for a new home, waiting for somebody to give it some love. That somebody being me, according to the original owner's son, Chris. And I'm actually really glad that I've saved it from impending doom, because the sad reality is, well, what could be the alternative for a car of this age and in a non-running condition? The jaws of death, 9 times out of 10, isn't it? And that is not what we wanted to see for this little Wira. I'm about a mile into my journey. It's about 10 miles to Neil's, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a John Coupland tune-up on the way, owing to the fact that it hasn't been anywhere, as I say, for 12 years. It needs its lungs cleaning out, and I am a little bit concerned about emissions, especially after the Mitsubishi Charisma fiasco we had a few months ago. It's taken a month, really, on and off, to get this car to where Dad and I want it to be. What have we done to it? Well, like I've said, non-runner. So the first thing we needed to do was work out why. It's got a new fuel pump, and that is exactly why it wasn't running. The fuel pump had just died. It seized up. There'd been condensation and nothing in the fuel tank for about 12 years. And so that is what was causing an issue. Fuel pump fitted and the car ran. We then gave it an oil and filter change and a fuel filter as well, because the car has come with 0 service history. That's the problem when you buy cars from estates. Sometimes you get nothing. So no service history, and whilst we were scrambling around underneath the car, we found out that the exhaust had got a whacking great big hole in it. So new exhaust as well, in fact centre pipe. What else have we done to the car? The brakes have all been stripped and eased, and miraculously they weren't stuck. We was expecting the brakes and the handbrakes to be stuck on the car, and they weren't. They weren't stuck on, which was incredible. Even Shane Boy, who came and picked the car up with me, was shocked and stunned. So this is the first time driving it, and it drives okay. It's a bit of a wafty old barge, and actually the suspension could be a bit better. It seems to have collapsed a little bit, meaning that, well, it's not the most comfortable of rides. There's a bit of a rattle from the back, and I think that's the parcel shelf that's doing this. That's something we can look at with a bit of foam. But apart from that, well, so far so good. My fuel gauge has been repaired, my rev counter has been repaired, lots of other things have been repaired. There's still things, like I say, that are niggly that we need to sort out on the car. But I have managed to find some original wheel trims. Let's put my foot down in this little 1.5 Mitsubishi engine. It's got the Magma engine in that is in the Satria, that is in the Iswara, that is in the Persona and the Wira as well. Into 5th, 60 miles an hour, I'm cruising along, and actually it goes really well. It's nippy. 0 to 60, well, about 11 seconds, to be honest with you, but we're going okay. What am I concerned about with the MOT? Probably nothing, actually, because Dad's done a really good job of the car. Let's talk money then, with regards to the car. I paid £350 for it. It cost me about 100 quid to get it shifted, so that's 450. We're doing the maths as we go. Fuel pump and the fuel filter, 30 quid. Sundries and oil filter, 20 quid. So let's say that's £500 now. Other bits and pieces, wheel trims, they were 20 quid, 520. Exhaust was nearly £100, let's call it 600. And then other bits and pieces along the way. All in all, by the time I've got an MOT on it, I would suggest I'm into this car for about £650. What's it worth? About 650 quid, isn't it? Let's face it. A Proton Wira, what is it worth? In the current market, it's about worth what I've paid and put into it. If I was doing this professionally, i.e. had bought this as a project and then took it to a garage, it would have probably cost me nigh on £1,000 to get it back on the road, including the purchase price. Not economical, is it? And that is why a lot of these things are getting squished. But the ride is good. The aircon is cold. The radio works. The mirrors all work. The windows all work. The tacho works fine. The only thing that's a little bit niggly is the temperature gauge. We've still got that to sort out. Lord knows why it doesn't work properly, but it always reads at half temperature, which is no good when you expect there could potentially be a head gasket issue. But it drives well. And I've got a sunroof that works. What's going to happen to it? It's probably going to stay in my collection for now. I've not got a Wira. Well, I have, but I hadn't got a Wira in my Proton collection. And at 49,059 miles, it's a relatively low mileage example. No, it's not desirable with a 1.5 litre petrol engine. You could have got this in a 2 litre diesel or a 1.6 litre petrol, but it drives well. There's a few knocks and rattles and bangs, and actually it's not as desirable in the aero back as the saloon version. For me, you know me, I like my saloon cars. I'm not really a massive fan of aero backs. But it goes well. It would be a very good daily driver. The problem is, where do you get parts for them? And that is the problem with killing off a lot of these cars. Goes well. Punchy 1.5 Magma engine, Mitsubishi derived. It's been a good drive to the MOT test centre, to be honest with you. Right, we've arrived at the MOT test centre. Let's throw it in here. Take a nice wide berth, because I can never get on these ramps. And there is Neil. Morning, sir. How are you?
All right.
I give you the Proton Wira.
Nice.
Here we go. Now time to test the brakes out. Remember, the brakes were like brand new. And I didn't lose my wheel trim on the way here. There it is then, got my MOT test certificate, a pass with no advisories. Look what I got. Yes, a clean sweep on the Wira, and it was never in doubt, was it? The only thing I was concerned about was the emissions, and as you saw in the video, the emissions, fantastic, absolutely fine. Now to drive it home. What a brilliant little car. Well, that's it then, a clean bill of health for the Wira. Hooray! 12 years off the road, and we've done David proud, I think, by getting his car back on the road. What's next for the car? I'm going to give it a good old hoover out. I'm going to give it a good old clean, because it needs a good old clean, and then potentially we'll be taking it to the Rustival Festival or the Festival of the Unexceptional 2026. Who knows? I'm going to take it to a few shows, I think, and give it a bit of attention and love. Loads more videos coming to the channel of us getting this top notch. I might even get my dent man on some of the dents on the doors. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up please. What did you reckon? Was it always going to pass, or was it touch and go? Thanks to Dad for all his hard work. Don't forget to like, hype, subscribe and do all the usual stuff. More Proton Wira stuff coming to the channel soon, but until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching, see you later. I'm going to go enjoy the Lincolnshire countryside now in my Wira. Ta-ra! There are so many more Proton related videos on the channel, and I've actually selected a couple that I think you might like here on this page. Give them a click to watch them now. Don't forget to subscribe for more Proton fun and lots more videos coming soon.